Who gets the discard according to the back of the card is today's Daily Talk of the Tiles for September 2nd, 2025. If you play by National Mahjong League rules, we invite you to subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can get notified when new videos are uploaded. We're continuing on reviewing the back of the card. Remember, these are just a summary of the rules. The full rules are in Mahjong Made Easy, and we based our book, A Visual Companion Guide for American Mahjong, on the official rules in Mahjong Made Easy, bulletins, letters, and calls to the league. Over the past few days, we've been doing daily talks, reading, starting with the top left back of the panel, and continuing on throughout the back of the card. We're on to claiming a discard number 3. When two players want the same discard, one for an exposure and another for Mahjong, the Mahjong declarer always has preference, even if the caller's tiles have been exposed. So there's no exception here. Mahjong takes precedence over an exposure. Number 4, if there's a simultaneous call for exposure, the player next in turn gets preference. So that's the general rule. But then 5 and 6 break it down more. When two players want the same tile for an exposure, the player next in turn has preference, except when the other player claimed the discard by placing the called tile on top of the rack or exposing tiles from their hand. Number 6 is the same, but rather than if both are calling for an exposure, they're calling for Mahjong. So who gets the discard? Player A discards, player B is to the right, B and D both call it. Player B would get it unless it falls into the exception. This exception was not intended to create a race to expose tiles from the sloping part of a player's rack to get the discard. It was intended to prevent a player next in turn from just not paying attention, sitting back, and then only when they see another player expose the tile or use the tile for Mahjong, then they said, oh, I'm next in line, I get that tile. So typically, Mahjong takes precedence over an exposure, and if for the same reason, either both for exposure or both for Mahjong, the next player gets it unless the other player already exposed. Most groups will have some type of unwritten understanding where it's not a race to snag the tile from the next in line player. It's a great topic to discuss with your group and to make sure you understand if you play in a tournament. We're going to continue reviewing rules on the back of the card. What other questions do you have? We know that a lot of people, instead of just calling a discard, sometimes use hold or pause to pause time. Those are not terms that are used to call the tile, and we've just discussed this in a recent video. If you want us to go over that again, let us know, or just search our YouTube channel. We have a Learn the Card Pair to Pivot Zoom coming up on September 17th. This is what we did in April, May, and June when the card first came out, and a lot of players are new and upping their game and really want to elevate their strategy, and we've been asked to revisit this, so we're doing it on September 17th at 7 Eastern. Be sure to check the time zone in your area. This is 7 p.m. Eastern time zone. It's live only, and there won't be a replay. You could register on our website, Modern Mahjong. Our visual companion guide for American Mahjong is updated for 2025, available in paperback and Kindle formatting. As you could tell, we love to share rules, create information about the current most accurate official rules. We discuss these so you could play with confidence wherever you go and so you could recognize house rules. If you aren't following us yet, what are you missing out on? We invite you to like, comment, save, and most importantly, share with family and friends. Thanks so much for listening. We hope you have a great day and, of course, a great game.